For future Jamboree participants, I would recommend making sure you get enough sleep. If you have enough sleep, then you can truly appreciate everything when you are awake, rather than drifting off at every moment. So make sure you have enough sleep, but when you are awake, make sure you take advantage of all of the time that you have. So if you find yourself sitting around doing nothing, stand up and go and talk to someone.
It was really fun. Like, it was the most enjoyable thing that's happened in my 16 years of life. Like, you got to do so much in such a short space of time. That's how. And there was not one point of the week on the Jamboree site that you weren't enjoying yourself.
If you're thinking about doing a new, going on a big international event with the Scouts, I'd say just go in head first, embrace everything you see, and just go in with an open mind, because if you don't, and you won't enjoy it and you won't get the full experience. And it is a long journey, it's a tough fundraising, it drags on for a very long time, it's a very long 2 years, but when you are finally there, it's all worthwhile, and it's all just a fantastic experience that you've just got to embrace.
The 23rd World Scout Jamboree, I can honestly say, was one of the best 3 weeks of my life. And the 24th World Scout Jamboree in America will be just as good, if not better, and so you should go.
I tell them, from even the beavers and the cubs that I go and help out, I tell them to apply to it. Stick on to Scouts and carry on and apply for the Jamboree, because it is one of the best things a Scout can do. When
I first applied for the Jamboree, it was almost like, oh, I'll apply in case I get in. I never really comprehended that the outcome was that I'd spend 3 weeks in an amazing, diverse, different, like culturally different place to England with a bunch of amazing people that I'm so glad to be friends with. I just kind of went, oh, I'll go on a nice scout camp. I'll have a bit of fun if I get in. And then to become part of this tight-knit unit where I don't want to, like, leaving, when we had to say goodbye, I cried my eyes out. I didn't want to go. This, like, the friendship and the bond and the experiences we've shared together was something that I couldn't contemplate when I first applied. And the gradual process of, say, cooking in patrols, putting up our tents together, knowing how to best out our campsite and doing like little activities together, say, learning about Japanese culture. They really brought us closer together, and they prepared us more for the Jamboree than I actually realised was happening.
People can tell you whatever they wanted. You know, they talk about the Jamboree and how great it was for them, but you just don't really, you can't really understand that unless you've been.
The one thing I do to make my Jamboree experience better was it took me about 3-4 days to get into just randomly going up to people and going, hey, and talking to them, or going into someone else's camp and saying hello and like having a full-on conversation. And I think I wanted to kind of get rid of that quickly, because when I went into like someone else's camp and just said hello, a lovely conversation ensued, or like a great badge swapping, or cultural exchange, or like food was given. And I kind of wished I had more of that, but because I kind of limited myself to be, like, I felt a bit awkward and I wasn't quite confident enough to go in. I think that's one thing I'd change to kind of, although my Jamboree experience does need improving, I think to like make it even better, that's one thing I'd do.